You're about 12 days out until the season opener. Why don't you give us a bit of a practice update?
Well, practice has been going fairly well. We come back off of interim break, and really last week was our first week back with the full team, and things went pretty well. Still putting in our system, still making the team bond together, the infield to play together, the outfield to get comfortable. It's really nice having the field house to work out in, because we can put out a full infield and outfield and work on our cuts and work on our systems to get into when we get into trouble. So it's nice to have that, and so it's paid dividends for us. This week really is all about preparing for next weekend. This week we've got that mindset of what do we need to take care of, and how are we going to get to that weekend prepared, ready to go, so that when we get there, everything just flows.
Is your lineup starting to take shape?
It is. We are still unsure of what lineup could go that first game, because I think we pretty much have two lineups that could go either game, and that's exciting for us. It's exciting to see that there's that many capabilities and that many options for us to use, and so the girls are just going to have to buy into the system and say, okay, this is my game, this is my time, and if it's not their game or their time, they still need to be there to support their teammates and be ready to go.
One of the struggles last year was your team's inability to get the bat on the ball about the last half of the season. What have you guys been doing in the preseason to make sure the batting averages start to go a little bit higher up?
We spent a lot of time in the cage, anywhere from just tee work to just a lot of seeing pitching to front toss. We spent a lot of time just letting the girls get a lot of reps. And with that has come where we've got pretty much two teams, two rosters that we could go either way with. And that comes down to our hitting. The hitting is what's going to get us going in our games, and so we're going to be in the process of doing that. But for the most part, our hitting should look a lot different this year than it did last year.
You guys opened the season in the Winona Dome against the likes of Northwest Missouri, Truman State, Nebraska Kearney. Could you talk about kind of the importance of these games? And a lot of fans don't understand the regional system.
You know, in softball it's interesting because it goes to that regional system, and that the MIAA is a top conference in the softball world, just like the Northern Sun. And so now you've got these two powerhouse conferences, the Northern Sun, the MIAA, in the same region. It's important for us in the early goings here to play with those teams and compete with those teams. And so the first 9 games that we play in our season are the most important games for us in the regional standings, just to get that recognition from those teams. After that, then it's then the 30 conference games are the next important, because that's down the road. So the first 9 out of the chute is all our non-conference games, but that conference is a good conference that we need to compete with.
How about an injury update? Seen some bumps and bruises on some of the players.
We're finally almost healthy, 100%. Janie Brilla, our senior, is still rehabbing and coming back from her teared labrum. Angela Robinson, one of our freshmen, is going through some doctor issues with her shoulder and her arm. But other than that, Taylor Beauchart, I guess we hope to have her back next week, but she just went through a surgery last Friday to get her gallbladder removed, and so that's going to be a process coming back, but she's one of our kids that we know is going to want to be back, want to get healthy, and so she's going to do everything she needs to get back here. Other than that, Kellen Dewey is back with the team full time. Throwing is coming along, and her hitting is right there where it was last year. Priscilla Quintana is now back with us, and so for the most part our team is healthy, ready to roll, but we do have some injuries that we're dealing with.
Last question, how does it feel to be in your second year as the head coach of the softball team?
I think it's exciting, but it's also that nervous feeling of we're going next Saturday to compete, and we have those expectations. So I mean, it's awesome. It's a great feeling to be in my second year, because I feel like I have some things that I've learned from last year, how to prepare our team for that first weekend out. But it's also that unknown. What is this team really going to look like this year, and where are we going to finish in the end? And so it's exciting, but it's also that unsure of where does this team mesh up with the rest of this conference that we're going into. We have high expectations that we're going to compete right away, and so with those expectations come that nervous feeling of, okay, we've got to go out and compete every day in practice and on the field.